As a society in Canada, we want to live in safe communities where the criminal justice system ensure the conviction of the guilty, protect the innocent, and deliver justice for all. However, with the research we have conducted, we have encountered numerous cases in which the criminal justice failed to perform their duty. Gun corruption and abuse in the prison system, is one of the issues that has created a lot of polemic in the media, as guards have the power and
Inmates are held in prison to account and rehabilitate themselves. But recently, Ontario's ombudsman brought up the topic about how jail guards are brutalizing inmates and covering up the abuse by destroying or falsifying records and intimidating colleagues. In a report on jailhouse brutality, Andrea Marine called for immediate action to root out the problem and excise the cancer of the code of silence around guard violence. Acts like punching, slapping, kicking, stomping on someone who is under control, under restraints is inexcusable. Regardless of why they're incarcerated, inmates are human beings and they deserve respect, dignity, and human treatment. A report that she published showed disturbing pictures and stories. It outlines a grim reality in Ontario's 29 correctional facilities, in which Marine said guards can assault inmates, often with complete impunity, because their fellow officers don't speak up.
the report the report reveals some shocking stories, not just of violence within the provincial correction system, but of ugly conspiracies to cover up the violence, he said. It exposes corruption and a malignancy within the correctional system that has long been lamented but never eradicated, the code of silence.
Robert Clark, a prison guard that worked in prison for 30 years, wrote a book called Down Inside 30 Years in Canada's Prison Service. In his book, he talked about what really happens inside prison. He mentioned in his book that the reality of prison is actually different from the stated corporate goals. The organization is very expert at painting a picture of a rehabilitation model where inmates are held to account and the organization is unbiased and conduct themselves with a high level of professional decorum. The truth is that the reality is much different than that. Many members of the staff start to see the prisoners as something less than a human being, and their treatment of them tends to reflect that it takes a form of emotional abuse, verbal abuse, racism, at times physical abuse.
An example of such a situation would be Colin, an inmate with a brain injury who was acting aggressively towards guards at a facility in Ottawa. Six officers restrained him with handcuffs and leg restraints, then beat him severely, leaving his head swollen, his face and body battered. Guards initially claimed the prisoner hit his head on the floor.
We connected this to the theory of functionalism. This theory interprets that each part of society in terms of how it contributes to the stability of the whole society. Society is more than the sum of its parts. Rather, each part of society is functional for the stability of the whole. The guards in prisons are controlling the inmates by using excessive force in order to maintain the order in prison. Some solutions to this issue could be to install video cameras everywhere so if an inmate files a case there would be proof, and another thing would be to give penalties to guards so they act more carefully and think before acting. In conclusion, it is unacceptable and unethical for guards to abuse and injure inmates. They have no right to use excessive force, that too unnecessarily. The government should no longer stay silent over this issue. Inmates are sent to jails to be rehabilitated, not to be abused and injured.